It's fine. Um, right. This is recording. So let's have a look at what we are looking at the moment. And then obviously we can gauge what is happening. So in regards to, news, we've obviously one of the biggest kind of talking points is this government shutdown. I did post a very, very good explanation yesterday in the inner circle about obviously what the expectations are, when the last one was, how long it lasted. I think the longest ones lasted 35 days. All it means is that basically Congress and the president don't agree on, certain spendings. Um, so what that means is until they agree, obviously everyone is almost on hold. So it shouldn't take long, but again, it's something that I think is trying to obviously hold up Trump in his progress. So let's wait and see. It doesn't seem to have had too much effect on the US dollar yet. If we look at dollar on a bit of a higher time frame, yes, obviously it's crawling to the downside. But if you think about how much it's being, promoted here, I don't think it's too bad. What do we do? Finish the week around 98,200. We're obviously now trading at 19,760. Even Congress don't want the US dollar to drop. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. Um, pound. Sorry, pound. So overall today, we've obviously got relative risk appetite. We've got the stock market kind of up, break even. We got yields up 0.24%. Gold is ticking over around break even. Silver's flying. So let's wait and see, obviously, what happens there. We also can. That's obviously for everyone who doesn't understand this. I would always recommend before you enter a trade, just grading your pairs, just so you understand, where everything's at. I've got all my pairs against the yen here, right? It's the only column that I've got where I've got all of them, so it's very, very quick and easy for me to look through it. Sorry, people keep logging in. So if we were to look at, what's at the top, NZD, as you can see, 0.48%, we would then have, say, probably euro and pound, euro, pound, Aussie. Let's have a look. So euro, pound, Aussie. Then we got Swiss, CAD, US dollar, CAD, US dollar. Oh, sorry, someone's joining. US dollar, and then yen. Yeah. All right. So this is our kind of strength index, and if we judge it on here, we'll be able to, see that obviously everything apart from yen is up against the dollar, and obviously we can then um, use this to our advantage here. Now, I'm going to be a little bit patient this morning. We obviously had both times yesterday, this 19,750, if we look at it on a lower time frame, held. All right, look at this: once held, twice held, and then obviously just need to wait and see whether it's going to hold again this time. It is going to drag down, and I do think this will get hit. It's just whether it is going to hold. So this was what yesterday afternoon capitalized. It helped us to, you catch obviously this move here on euro. I'm going to get rid of that now so it doesn't confuse me. Um, and then yeah, it just worked well. So I always recommend looking at the US dollar as a bit of an overview. We're obviously breaking out of it. This is the London session opening range here. It was obviously USD CAD trade we had yesterday. Worked very, very well again. We got absolutely smashed yesterday. It's probably one of the biggest days I've had in a long time. Uh, just everything went to plan. Um, AED USD actually ended up taking profit here in the end because it just wasn't m moving as expected. We obviously got there we go. We've obviously got euro. We got a euro interest rate decision um, coming at 10 a.m. Sorry, not interest rate, unemployment. So I actually think it's going to stick at 6.2%. They're normally pretty accurate, Europe. There's never really any swings. However, there obviously unemployment rate is a good 1%, 2% higher than obviously US and UK. So we need to be aware of that. Pound is very, very strong this morning. Yen obviously acting weak. I did like GB, was it Euro? I liked the look of this. I do like this. I would be looking to buy from here if we can capitalize on this. Potentially target about here. We'd have to go probably ever so slightly below, so we'd have to go about 30 pips. So I do like this trade here. Um, I'd want it just to tap into this area here, potentially ever so slightly lower. I'm going to post this in the inner circle. So this is one that I would like to take. Uh, so bear with me. You can obviously see the process of having to post in the inner circle, and obviously the speed and why it's quite difficult to get things pinpoint. So let me just do this, and then I'll be right back with you. So here we go. Yordle JPY. Here we go. This one here. So that'll be our trade number one. I'd like this just to pop down a bit. Pound's gone. Aussie, I'm not really interested at the moment. CAD opened up really, really strong across everything, and it's now weakened. But obviously, oil since I've logged on has dropped from 0.12%. I mean, it was at 0% a minute ago. So I have to wait and see. Euro AUD again. We obviously need a bit of a stronger dollar here to drag this up properly, and GBP AUD 2 just keeps on trending. Um, the Have a look at this on a 1 hour. So I'm just going to get rid of some of these boxes as well so we know what we're doing. So we've obviously, for all you head and shoulders, lovers here, we've technically had our head and shoulders here. This is GBP AUD. We've broken out. We've obviously got, if we look at this on a very higher time frame, I do think we might see a bit of a swing here, but I'm not quite ready yet. Obviously, we're breaking through this previous level of support. We're obviously just breaking through the volume and the 50. So very, very similar kind of trade to what we were looking at yesterday, however, slightly lower. I want to see this break. Um, so what I would like to see here is at least this kind of level here tested. I want to see a quick pullback, and then I would like to trade this up to at least here. Let's have a look at what we would be looking at here. So if we were to take this trade here, but obviously we need that confirmation that obviously we're going to get the continuation here. So yeah, anywhere here, anywhere this break in here, probably a 30 minute, you could pop back on if it breaks through here, right? So let's put another mini arrow in here, just so everyone's clear on what we're looking for. So I'd want this to break through here and then come back, and then we'll capitalize on this move here. Stops potentially, nice 1 to 2. That'd be very nice. So I'm going to put that in as well, so everybody understands. Mhm. As you can see here, guys, we only take the trades that we speak about live. That's what makes us different. Um, a break and 30 minutes. That's what makes us completely different to everybody else. And obviously, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it too. There is nothing being hidden ever. So, yeah, we're proud of that. Right. So that'll be number two that we're looking at. Your AED as well. Very, 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 very similar here. I'm going to delete these because we don't need them anymore. Very, very similar. We've obviously had our consolidation here. We've broken through, and obviously we've got this one here coming up to this side, coming up there. 18 pips. We can probably push this down to about 25. Look at that there. Very, very similar. We've got about 14 minutes left. I'd like it to break on a 30 minute and come back down, retest this area, and then obviously we'll go. There's quite a nice few confluences here. You're going to have the EMA as a support. You're going to have the London opening range high as a support. You're going to have the Asian um, v volume equilibrium as a support. There's a lot of support here. You've also got 177,500, which would be a key level. That's going to be around here. So we might actually have to raise this to kind of in between this area here. Everything is, but we need to break through this. So that will be brilliant too. So anywhere in this area here, so anywhere as long as we can break above here and finish there, then obviously anywhere in this area we'd be looking to buy from. So just to be aware. So let me put that one in as well, and that'll be the last one that I'm going to add in this morning. I'm not going to add any more. Like I said, this is the process that everyone needs to go through every time that they enter a trade, all right? Or every time you come into a trading um, session, because it just means that you are, you're understanding what is happening here. So let's just put this in. You're understanding what is happening. So Euro AUD. Perfect. There we go. That's our three trades lined up. There isn't much more that I would want to capitalize on. Euro JPY starting to pump, which is what we want. It's what we want. But let's wait and see. Mhm. Just have a quick scave through everything on a higher time frame here. See, I still really like a rollover on Euro. I know it's mad, but I really like it. Um, I do, but it doesn't line up with analysis at the moment. We might come up and test this area here. So we might come up and test this, and then obviously we'll be interested. But I do like that. It's trending to the downside very, very nicely at the moment. Let's just have a look at some other pairs. Let's do gold. Everyone wants gold. Let's do gold. So, gold, I actually got rid of lots of it yesterday. So, let's clean it up again. We're going to remove everything. We'll get this back. We'll have a look on a higher time frame. See, obviously, what we're looking at here. Right. Starting to trend a little bit. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. I mean, you would argue, well, you can't argue, but it's just so hard to trade at the moment if you're trying to do anything else but buy. And then obviously I'll be looking at the 1 hour because remember we're at all-time highs here. Ooh, we're at all-time highs. So I'd be marking up this all-time high here, but I'd want to be aware of this because you obviously have to be. Ooh, I don't know why it's done that. There we go. Um, you just have to be marking things like this and just be looking to buy, and that's it. So anywhere in between these kind of areas here, looking to buy. I mean, you'd have to mark this because this is a very current level of support here. And that's probably all I would mark up on gold right, right now. Because if you're looking, we had this yesterday where we obviously had a level here and then it broke down into this and obviously, rebounded off. So we obviously have to be aware of it. But these would be my three kind of buying areas. I would preferably favor this one here. But yeah, very, very easy, very, very, simple. That's the beauty of all-time highs. You don't have to complicate it because everything's current. There's no other, history at this high ever. So everything's current. Everything's going to react as it is. So you're not looking back 20 years to try and see what happened at this time, at this point. Everything's current, so it's nice and easy. But yeah, let's wait and see. So obviously both of these here, like look of those, not unless they don't break. All right, they've got to break. Euro yen, pushing up nicely. Um, that was about it, really. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what we can capitalize on here. AUD potentially. If we go, I really want to sell this, but obviously we need some dollar reactions here, and this might be a cheeky little number four here of things we could be looking into. I just think there's some quite big movement to the downside here. You get probably 20 pips here, but this level needs to hold here. Let's go on a 4 hour. Look at it here. It's holding, right? Look how strong it is. Look how strong this level is. So let's wait and see. But obviously, on the flip side, if it breaks, we might be seeing a bit of continuation. So we'd have to wait until 10 a.m. for that one. But yeah, that is also one here that we would potentially be looking at. Let me just draw this on. So key level on the 4 hour. Wait for 10 a.m. to close. Then we can view. View. Right. Hopefully that makes sense for everybody. I'm not sure how much sense that makes to me, but yeah. I was up really, really late last night in the end because obviously I'm launching a mentorship program. So obviously um, I was hiring, come on, why is it doing that? Not that. Need to move this out of the way. I was hiring a closer, so someone who obviously you speak to when when um, you obviously call up to join. So I was up, yeah, till ridiculous o'clock yesterday, but all good. Right, so these are our trades. Happy with them. This one I want to wait till 10. And then what I would like to see is this level hold, nice little retest, and then boom, we can try and hop on this. We did make some profit out of this yesterday, but obviously I want to get this nice big move here. Euro, so on the 30 minute, we've got about 6 minutes left. Pound, yeah, just would want to see this level here break. Also on Euro too. So your Euro just needs to finish here. So we've got about 5 minutes left. So I'm gonna end this here. I hope everyone has a good morning. I'll be back at 2. If you're not in the inner circle, you do have to ask yourself why would we go live? We only trade live. We obviously explain what we're going to take live. We also do lots of education. Yeah, there is, we obviously show our trading account. We obviously got, you know, everything's here. So yeah, it's all here for everyone to see. So I don't know if this is going to load or not. Gains. This is the account that we trade. Deposits 1.2, withdrawals 710, average wins, as you can see here, very transparent, and that's how we like to be. So, right, I hope everyone has a good day, and obviously, yeah, I'll be back a bit later on. Have a good one, guys.